Morning guys, right, I'm back on scene with the horsebox. So I'm going to get these brake chambers put back on and I'll show you how you do it. Okay, so there's the axle that I built up at the weekend. There's one of the new chambers. That was a new chamber that was only put on just before it went wrong. And there's one of the old ones. So yeah, let's get these on. Right then, so I've bolted this new chamber on. You can see the new clevis pin there, but what will happen when I put air to it, it'll blow the rod out, but if this rod isn't enough to meet this arm on the caliper, then I'm going to have to take the pads out. Right, I'm going to put my air line on there now and see if we can blow this to meet this arm. No, we're only getting to about here with it. Not enough length. No, see, we're only to about here. So this arm, like I told you in the previous videos, must have got bumped and it's ratcheted itself up. So I'll pull the pads out, wind the piston back, couple it up, then put the pads in. Yep, there we go guys. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Okay, so I've got my 8mm Allen key. I'm going to put that into the piston. Put a lever in behind it, like that. Lever in at the same time. Oh, let's see what I'm doing. That's better. Yeah. So that's it in there. Put a lever in, keep it pressed in because it's sprung, and then just wind that piston. See it going in there? Just keep winding that piston in. Go on. Tricky getting that Allen key in. I've got another one back at home which goes into a ratchet spanner, which is a lot better. So I'll just give that a couple more, one more turn I think, and then I'll pull that arm towards the chamber, see if I can get the pin through. That's it. Right. Yeah. Yeah. See how that's reaching there now? So I should be able to get that pin through there now. So I'm just going to rig it up so I can leave that with air to it. Yeah, so I've knocked the pad, I've taken the pads out so I can adjust the piston back because there's no way that was going to reach. So what I'll do there now is I'll just screw an ISO test point into there. There we go. Nip that up. Then I can just screw that onto there. Happy days this, guys. This is my type of job. And then plug that straight onto there and you'll see the arm pull out. Hang on, if I can plug that at the same time. There we go. So there's the arm out. See, we're all rigged up there, so really I should be able to get my bolt, there we go, through there. So what we can do now we know that brake is off, is get the pads fitting, and then that'll ratchet itself up. Right, so I'll get me 8mm Allen key in there, and that piston. There we go. I'll just wind that piston back in, and then once that's right back in and the other one's right back, I'll be able to put the pads back in and that'll adjust itself up. Bit of fiddly, that's it, we're in there. Keep it pressed. Yeah. And that's winding that piston back. Happy days. Right then, so I'll just drop the pads back in. Get the retaining pins back in. Just I've lost one. Oh, there it is. Get them in. There we go. I'll get the little split pins in and then we'll ratchet it up. Okay, so that's the pads in. This piston here is the one that adjusts back with the Allen key. This one here is the hydraulic one, so I can't pump this one out because it'll physically have to be on the vehicle to have the hydraulics to pump that one. But we should be able to ratchet this one back out. And I should be able to do that just by working the airline, so let's try it. Right, I'll be able to simulate, hang on, I'll be able to simulate the handbrake coming on and off. So here we go. So that'll be the handbrake on. There we go. Handbrake off. Yep, handbrake on. Yep, it's ratcheting the piston out. Handbrake off. Handbrake on. Every time that piston's ratcheting out. Handbrake off. Handbrake on. Handbrake off. Handbrake on. Handbrake off. Handbrake on. So yeah, that's good. That's ratcheting out there now. Okay, so you can see that piston there for the park brake is ratcheted out and the park brake is off. Okay, so right, if I disconnect the air, that'll then bring the handbrake on. Ready? There we go. And there we go. The park brake is on solid. So yep, that one there just wants a couple of nuts putting on, a nut and a lock nut, until we get the proper pins. And let's get this side on now. Okay guys, so that's the pads out of this side now. So we'll wind this piston here back and do the same that we did with that side. Yeah, so I'm busy winding the piston back there now. So as I wind it back, you should see it forcing the fluid out of that T-piece here. I'll wind it back. Because I'm pushing the piston back in with the Allen key. There you go. See the fluid coming out? That's basically doing the same as forcing it back to the reservoir. There we go, that's the piston. So yep, that's wound right back in there now. Okay, so now that they're right back, what we'll do, we'll pull this arm to about there, and then we can get that chamber on. Okay, so I'm just nipping this chamber up there now. And there we go. Chamber's on. Right, let's get the pads in. Just, slide that over there. Making sure that the slider's free. See how free that slider is on the caliper? Lovely. So, drop that pad in. Get the other one in. Job's a good one. Okay, so same as the other side. I'll screw this test point adapter in. And tip that up. There we go. Now we can put air to it. Here we go. Put some air to it, blow it out, and put the bolt through. Put that dust boot on after it's all built up, but yeah, that's it. All on there. So we're connected. You can see the gap between the pistons there now. So what I'll do, I'll put the air back and forward to the chamber and we'll ratchet this one here back up again. Right, so you can see the piston here. So let's see if we can ratchet it back out. Can you see the piston ratcheting itself out there? I'll probably run out of air before I get to the end of it. But you can see how it's working there. See that piston ratcheting itself out? I think we're just up again. We're against the pad there now. Yeah. See the piston there? We're against the pad. I think that's probably adjusted up there. Couple more. Right. So that'll be the brake off. Take that out. Now I should be able to turn that. Yeah, freely. So if I release the brake there now with this here, yep, that's the brake on. And then obviously the top piston, when we bleed it up on the vehicle with the hydraulics, they'll pump up. So yeah, that's the handbrake side of it. That's the handbrake side of it. All done. I'll just put that back on. There we go. That's the brake back off. So yeah, that's the chambers all fitted, and we know that that's going to be good. We know that the arms are all set, so we're not going to have any binding brakes. So yeah, all I got to do now is put proper pins through here and get the pins back through this these set of pads, and we're done. Okay, so that is the axle all built up. We know those arms are good. You can see by the angle of them, they're both even. We've tested it with the air, so we know that it's all good. All we've got to do is put 2 new pins in this side. This one I had to cut out to get out, and this one's not much better. So yeah, got 2 new pins coming for here, and put the axle in, and then it just needs bled up, and job will be a good one. So yeah, good bit of work there, guys, good bit of work. Right, and guys, that's the axle all basically all ready for back in the vehicle. So I've got one more spring to put on the back, and then we can get this axle put in. So yeah, that was good. I hope you enjoyed that. Lets you see how the brake chambers work and how you wind those pistons in and adjust everything. And yep, everything's got to be right on those axles. If you don't have your clearance, if it's not tested with the air first, then you can have a binding brake. That's no good. So yep, so we know all that is good. So yep, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again with another Ken's Jobs.